Hello everybody, thanks for coming to this week's video blog here at California Realty Training. My name is Robert Rico and I am so excited to bring you some great stuff today in the real estate world. Some of our topics, of course, come from you, the viewer. So listen, if you want to hear something that we haven't discussed yet, do us a favor by doing yourself a favor and letting us know what you want us to talk about. We'll talk on any topic that's real estate related to make you better in the real estate world. Today's topic is a good one. Today's topic is this. Ready? Wait for it. Today's topic is, will real estate agents say anything to close a deal? Now, of course, the question is going to be yes. Some agents, of course, some real estate agents out in the real estate world are desperate to close a deal. I mean, everybody has their own personal situation. Depending on a person's financial situation, sometimes real estate agents will say anything to close a deal because by closing the deal, they make the money. But hold on, should we do that? And of course, the question should be no, because it all comes down to ethics. It all boils down to ethics. It all boils down to what? To ethics. When a realtor gets their license, typically a realtor joins the National Association of Realtors, which means they gotta follow, listen to this, they gotta follow what's called a code of ethics. They must follow a code of ethics. Now this code of ethics is divided into 3 sections. Section 1 has to do with duties that we must uphold when dealing with our clients or customers. Section 2 are duties that we must uphold with the general public. And Section 3 is duties we must uphold with our other realtors, our colleagues. Now let's forget about that for a second. Let's get back down to the nitty gritty right here, right? Let's bring it right here, dead center. Will we say anything? Will a realtor say anything to close a deal? What we have to do, of course, is abide by the code of ethics, which means what? We shouldn't lie, we shouldn't embellish, we shouldn't twist the truth. We should be dead honest when it comes to closing the deal. You with me? We can close a deal without having to lie or anything like that. So now let's focus on protecting your client. The whole idea when you get hired as a real estate agent isn't to take advantage of a client. The whole idea is to protect your client, to love your client, to get him to the finish line for his or her benefit, not for yours. And that's where things get complicated. A lot of realtors don't do that. There are a lot of realtors who all they have in their mind, they're focused on that commission. Nothing wrong with focusing on commission, but God, please never put that commission ahead of your client. And that's where things get mixed up. Sometimes some realtors will say anything they can to get the deal done. That shouldn't be the case. Let me give you an example. You meet a seller. You meet a seller, they're thinking about possibly hiring you to sell their house. And you decide that you really want this gig. You really want this listing. You really want to make this. This is a $2 million house now. You do the math, $2 million house, and that commission is a big commission. And you want to tell them a little untruth. You want to tell them their house is worth 2.5. When you know darn well it's worth $2 million, you want to get them excited. Now, why do you want to get them excited? Because you want them to hire you. You want them to think it's worth a lot more than what it's really worth because you think by you getting them excited, they'll hire you. Everybody else is saying it's worth $2 million, but you're saying you can get 2.5. And then what do? You know darn well you're not going to get 2.5. You put it on the market for 2.5. It sits there. Then you ask the seller, hey, sorry I couldn't sell it. I think we should drop it now to $2 million. Hence, you got the listing though. That's not an untruth, but you're kind of bending the truth. You don't want to do that. That's shady, and all you're thinking about is yourself, your results, and your commission, and that's not cool. You with me? Let's backtrack a little bit. When you get into real estate, the whole idea is for you to protect and provide a real estate service to your client. You're not just getting into this real estate world, into this real estate field to make money. They concentrate on the commission instead of concentrating on protecting their clients at all times. You with me? Play fair, play fair, play fair. Do some agents not play fair? Absolutely. Do some agents tell their sellers, hey seller, let me do an open house every weekend. I know if I do an open house, we can sell this house. Is that an untruth? Based on the statistics, it is an untruth. Only 8% of homes are sold doing an open house. That's an untruth. By you telling a seller, if I do an open house, I know I can sell it. According to the odds, you only have 8% chance of selling it at the open house. Realtors typically do an open house because they're not planning on selling this house at the open house. They're planning on getting a whole bunch of buyers to come in without any representation, and they're planning on capturing these leads. That's why most realtors do open houses. Think about that for a second. Are you being truthful to the seller? Are you doing these open houses to benefit the seller, or are you doing these open houses to benefit yourself? Now, if you down deep believe, listen, let's get serious here. If you down deep believe you can sell this house at an open house, by all means do it. But don't go in there knowing darn well you're not going to sell this house and you're going to do it just to get these leads. That's not nice. Now, what you believe is the most important part. I believe I can sell it, then sell it. Protect, protect, protect. Got it? Good. I hope you learned something today. Will a real estate agent say something just to close the deal? Of course, it happens all the time. Should it happen all the time? Absolutely not. And it might be best for you to keep it on the straight and narrow and do it the right way. Got it. If you have any questions or concerns, man, about this topic, hell, if you want to disagree with me, by all means, go for it. Leave a comment down below. I can't wait to see you next week. We'll have another great topic next week for you. If you haven't subscribed yet, please don't wait any longer. Do it down below. Wait to see you next week. Have a great day.